What's going on, guys? This is Tiger with the Great Room. Oh man, this video today, we have Adam22 exposing the fact that Celina saved Akademiks' name as bitch and word with the hard ER. Again, yes, you heard it right. Celina says the N word with the ER. She saved Akademiks' name on her phone as ER. And guess what, guys? Akademiks didn't give a fuck. So this is actually really mind-boggling to me that we're allowing a thought at that, that can sleep around with hundreds and thousands of men, try to expose black men so they can go to jail and or lose their career or whatever the case may be. And then on top of that, she's allowed to just willy-nilly just say the N-word, like, with the ER. So, y'all judge for yourselves. Share this video. We don't condone that shit. We don't condone no white person saying the N-word. I'm sorry. We don't fuck with that shit. So, again, fuck Celina for this shit. Y'all share this and just listen for yourself. Fuck this hoe.
It matters because I have to deal with this all the time. And I was watching how you dealt with this thing because I had to deal with it. And I wanted to see how you had to, what are you going to do? Are you going to just ignore it? Because I'll tell you what I told Celina. And she's right there. Like, by the way, I have her muted if people are wondering. She will say the truth. What I said to Celina, I said, listen, I've taken a lot of heat for a lot of people who I've covered. I don't care about standing on the front lines. Adam has never been there. Also, Adam's brand doesn't align with what you've done historically. That's why I enjoyed watching her there because you were going to be faced with some of the things that I knew I was faced with before. But maybe you didn't understand it at the time.
I really didn't, yeah. And it just started to add up. And then, I'm listening to people like you and Joe Budden and stuff. And even the people, like even Joe Budden, we have a real good relationship. So he wouldn't just shit on me for it. But I could hear it in his voice that he knew exactly what was going to happen and that he knew that this shit was not going to last long, And I mean, at a certain point, I just had to kind of take that advice. Like I would way rather, there was a time in my life where I was broke enough that I would have kept doing messy ass shit just because I needed the money. I'm not at that point anymore. Like I don't need to turn my fucking life into a war zone because people are getting so mad about some shit that she said every week. It's just not really worth it.
And I guess that's the point I was trying to make to you. That's where my frustration came. Adam, I promise you, you're successful. I know a lot of conversations that come to me that I even turn down, they come to you that you probably turn down. I know you're successful. I know you don't need certain shit. So that was the most alarming thing that was like, Adam, the only way you're going to be able to get this off because you've never done this before is for you to act like you don't know and you've never done this before. And I was trying to tell you yo, you're a huge brand. Why do this? And it felt a lot of frustration, even including up to the stream now. I'm like, wait, Adam is still trying to act like I'm just some super bitter dude over whatever. I'm upset over what I know he got away with or he could potentially get away with that I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where that is. You know what I mean?
I thought I was going to be able to contain the Celina fire enough to make content every week. I mean, just to throw another thing out there that I just started to realize, she sent me a screenshot of you and her, and she had your name saved in the phone as first name bitch, last name hard R. And I just immediately, I'm like, oh my God, this girl kind of works for me. Think about that. Outside of the context of we know her and we know she does some wild ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how that's going to be viewed. Oh, Adam22 hired a white girl who says the N-word and calls Akademiks the N-word with the hard R. It's just there's no brand that's going to be able to sustain that kind of reputational damage,
At first, I didn't think you cared about a reputation.
No, yeah, definitely.
Now I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but yes, she called him the hard ER. Nigger. So go ahead and pay close attention to her mouth. Look at her in the video, and she's gonna repeat it. She's gonna say "bitch" when he says it, and then she'll repeat the Nigger. Look how shitty she is.
I mean, just to throw another thing out there that I just started to realize, like, she sent me a screenshot of you and her, and she had your name saved in the phone as first name bitch, last name hard R. And I just immediately, I'm like, oh my God, like this girl, like, kind of works for me. Like, think about that. Like, outside of the context of we know her and we know she does some wild ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how that's going to be viewed. Oh, Adam22 hired a white girl who says the N-word and like calls Akademiks the N-word with the hard R. It's just like, there's no brand that's going to be able to sustain that kind of reputational damage,
At first, I didn't think you cared about a reputation.